Welcome to the Grand Prix, your go-to channel for the quickest Formula One updates. We have 3 exciting stories for you. To keep ahead of the competition, subscribe and click the notification bell. Let's get started. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel for a brief update before you start your Friday night. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing about this hectic Formula One season. Please remember to use the like button if you like the simple, succinct and trustworthy news that we provide in our daily videos. Your support of our work at GPM is greatly appreciated. Let's move on to today's headline, CASA Plus. According to the web, the race, highly respected motorsport publication, has revealed a noteworthy development involving Sergio Perez. Many of you are aware. Perez is now discussing with several teams for a possible 2026 comeback to Formula One. Although it appears that Perez is far from done with Formula One, a number of teams are currently showing a strong interest in his services for the upcoming season. Cadillac, the new team set to join F1 in 2026, is the most interested, as they have been actively pursuing Perez, seeing him as the perfect veteran presence to help lead their debut campaign. Perez raced for Red Bull until the end of the previous season, but his contract was not renewed, which left him off the grid in 2025. This is a surprising turn of events for a driver with so much experience in elite teams. Alpine has also entered the conversation. The French team is going through a period of major transition. Just this past week, Alpine replaced Jacques Doohan with Franco Colapinto, signaling a shift in direction and a desire to explore new options. However, internally the team is still uncertain about its long-term driver lineup. There's ongoing debate within Alpine about Pierre Gasly's future, and while Colapinto and Doohan are promising talents, there are concerns about whether they're ready to consistently deliver the results the team needs. That's where Perez enters the equation. His experience could offer the stability and racecraft Alpine craves, especially as they try to recover ground in the constructors' standings. According to the race, discussions between Perez's management and Alpine have begun, though nothing is finalized. At the same time, it appears that multiple offers are already on Perez's table, and he is currently evaluating which opportunity offers the best platform for his return to Formula One. With so many driver changes, team restructurings and regulation shifts on the horizon, the 2026 grid is expected to be one of the most dynamic in recent memory, and if things keep going this way, there's a good chance we'll see Sergio Perez driving again next season. So, the question is, would you like to see Checo Perez return to the grid in 2026? Do you think Cadillac or Alpine would be a better fit, or do you think his time in Formula One is over? Your thoughts are always valued on the channel, so please share your thoughts in the comments section. Also, remember that we'll be here to provide you with the latest updates on whatever happens in the F1 world. Welcome back, folks. This is your quickfire this Friday. Formula One news was released, and today, we're discussing one of the most talked about names on the grid at the moment. Before we get started, Yuki Tsunoda, make sure you have a subscription to GPM CASA Plus, where we provide you with daily updates and the best coverage of everything that occurs in Formula One now that the 2025 season is well underway. Let's get started. If you appreciate this type of content, please remember to use the like button to help support our efforts. The move has drawn a lot of attention, not least because Yuki Tsunoda wasn't the most obvious choice to be promoted from the junior team after spending several seasons with AlphaTauri, now known as Racing Bulls. However, he has finally landed his biggest opportunity to date, driving for Red Bull Racing alongside 3-time world champion Max Verstappen in 2025. The Japanese driver finally received the nod, and now everyone is watching to see if he can actually deliver at the top. So far this season, his start has been surprisingly solid, and that's not just fan speculation. According to a recent interview, Tsunoda's performances were perceived as inconsistent, frequently displaying bursts of raw speed but struggling with composure under pressure. Tsunoda has been improving steadily and is the first teammate to genuinely match Verstappen's level in recent years. According to Red Bull's influential advisor Helmut Marko, this is high praise from a man who isn't exactly known for giving out compliments freely. But Marko also made it clear that Red Bull is under constant pressure, and Tsunoda's pace is undeniable. When driving for a team that is vying for a championship, the stakes are high and the expectations are high. Marko noted that he still finds it difficult to remain composed under pressure, which is crucial. One mistake could result in not only a lost race but also a lost seat, and this is where things get even more intriguing. Red Bull is already keeping an eye on a possible replacement, rookie Isaac Hadjar, who drives for Racing Bulls. Despite his inexperience, Hadjar has drawn notice from Red Bull's decision-makers with his performance, maturity, and adaptability. Marko made it clear that Hadjar could be called up quickly, even before the end of the season, if Tsunoda falters. This is a common Red Bull tactic to keep pressure on their drivers by maintaining a short leash and a deep talent pool. It's how they've built a winning but brutal culture. What's next for Tsunoda? If he can maintain his composure and develop consistency, he has a good chance of securing his place at Red Bull in the long run. He has already shown moments of brilliance, and with the team's support and access to a top-tier car, there's no excuse not to deliver. However, If the pressure gets to him, if the mistakes start to pile up in qualifying or race conditions, he'll find himself in the Red Bull hot seat, and we've seen what that means in the past. Just ask Pierre Gasly, Daniel Kvyat, or Alex Albon. We're keeping an eye on this one, so please share your thoughts in the comments section. Hey everyone, welcome back to GPM Casa Plus for a quick Friday night update to wrap up your day with the latest from the world of Formula 1. If you're enjoying our coverage of this high-stakes season, don't forget to subscribe and enable notifications so you never miss a beat. If you like what you see, hit the like button to support our work. The team doesn't hesitate when it believes change is necessary, so let's get started. After another frustrating race weekend, Lewis Hamilton sat down with Racing News for an open interview in which he offered pointed criticism about how things are being handled within the team, particularly when it comes to coordinating strategies between himself and teammate Charles Leclerc. It is no secret that Hamilton is not happy following the latest Grand Prix. Tensions have been evidently growing between the seven-time world champion and his new team Ferrari in particular, and Hamilton has expressed dissatisfaction with the team's strategy decisions, which he believes have cost him important positions on the track. Hamilton argued that their race plans should have been better synchronized, especially considering they were on different strategies during the race. Being stuck behind Leclerc with no clear team orders in place early enough left Hamilton unable to maximize the performance window of his tires. He made it clear that while he doesn't harbor any ill feelings toward Leclerc or Ferrari, he believes the team's hesitation to act decisively was costly. But perhaps the most striking moment of the interview came when Hamilton referenced his time at Mercedes, specifically his former teammate Valtteri Bottas, in a subtle but telling remark. Hamilton said, "I don't have a problem with Charles or with Ferrari, but having Valtteri Bottas in the situation would have helped. He would have let me through, and if I couldn't get the job done, I'd have given the place back. That kind of coordination really worked in the past." This statement, though diplomatically framed, speaks volumes. It was a clear nod to the team-first dynamic he enjoyed at Mercedes, where Bottas often played a supporting role to maximize Hamilton's chances at Ferrari. However, things are different. The team seems to be allowing both drivers to compete on a level playing field, and Leclerc is not playing second fiddle. Hamilton emphasized that by the time Ferrari finally asked the drivers to switch positions, the damage had already been done. He had missed the optimal window to attack the car ahead due to tire degradation, and any potential gain was lost. This moment of reflection reveals Hamilton's frustration not just with how this specific race unfolded, but with a broader sense that Ferrari's internal coordination and decision-making may be undermining his potential to perform for a driver used to clinical execution and years of dominance at Mercedes. This type of setback hits especially hard. So what does this mean going forward? It's becoming increasingly clear that while Hamilton joined Ferrari with high hopes, the transition has not been seamless. Strategic missteps combined with a car that hasn't consistently delivered top performance are putting pressure on the newly formed partnership as the season progresses. Internal dynamics between Hamilton, Leclerc, and the Ferrari pit wall will be crucial not only for on-track results, but also for Hamilton's long-term satisfaction with his move. Now we want to hear from you. Do you think Hamilton is justified in his criticism, or should he focus on adapting to Ferrari's structure and stop longing for the Mercedes days? Is Hamilton ready to embrace this new chapter with Leclerc and Ferrari, or was the